When you went through your surgery for breast cancer, like
Mhm.
what was like now that you've heard my lens of that mind body relationship, like what do you think yours was during?
It was definitely get up, bitch. 100%. Like, I didn't take a day off of work. I mean, I did, but I didn't, right? Like, I didn't. Like, they were like, you might miss a few days from radiation. I would take my computer with me during infusions until I got really, really sick. And I remember like having this moment of driving and like I really thought I just have to make it to where I'm going. And then if that's it, that's it. Like I remember just being so sick and taking me to the hospital and them taking me right back. And they were like, you're here until whatever this is, you get this fixed because you, you don't have an immune system. You have nothing. And, um, And at that time, I still didn't really take it very seriously, but I remember feeling like it was one of the sickest I've ever been. Like that moment where my brain felt like if somebody had tapped me and said, you could tap out indefinitely right now, there was a part of me that was like, I'm, I might have taken that option because I just felt so terrible. So not even being able to negotiate resilience and survival, like not understanding that, I think is is very, very humbling. And then being on the mountain recently and making not shaming myself and not going, you keep climbing. You get in there and you climb. They're all going to beat you. They are all going to beat you to the top. You're going to have to climb down this mountain and you're going to have to say you didn't climb it. And then knowing to tap out and going, I still get to say I climbed that mountain. I still get to say I climbed it. But I didn't have to destroy myself for it. I didn't have to walk myself through the worst of it. But I got to the place I was with cancer because I I just kept yelling at myself. Remember I would tell you I'd go into the bathroom, I would take off my wig and I would just sit in the bathroom and I would just think, how long can I sit here? And then I'd go, you get that freaking wig cap back on, you put all that stuff back on, you get out there and you go. And I would think, I don't want to. And I would yell at myself. I'd be like, you go, you get up there, you go.
But wouldn't it be nice if someone said, you know what, Shannon, you're going through a hard time, body.
Mhm.
You don't have to do that. You don't have
No,
to prove that. Like, you
yeah,
don't have to prove you can actually, like, being sick or needing care does not make you weak.
no, it doesn't make you weak. And the only person that can tell us that is our own mind, right? And it's changing that narrative of that really harsh talk and having like a real freaking conversation of compassion and love and kindness and compassion. Let's use that word like two more times. Compassion, compassion. Have compassion for yourself because you would have that compassion for me.
So, how did you make that switch?
I think through this conversation because it certainly didn't happen when I had cancer. I didn't dare do that for myself.
So, you're just now thinking about it now?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that idea of watching these other, mostly women in my life, coming to terms, sitting in shame, sitting in sadness, being a really shitty friend to themselves. And then I went to a baby shower and they said, what would you say? What advice do you give? And I would just say, if you could teach that little person to just, their responsibility is to be the very best friend to themselves. If you could start with that, that human might grow up with some compassion for themselves, and then that radiates throughout to the rest of the world. If they have compassion for themselves, then they're going to have compassion for other people, and they're going to be that kind of person. But that's that's not where I started.